There's an old saying, I don't care about your politics, your fashion, or your taste in music. I judge you solely on your college football team. Every Saturday in the fall, stadiums across the country fill up with some of the most passionate fans in all of sports. And maybe I'm a little biased, but there's something extra special about college football in the South. And today, I'm at Williams-Brice Stadium in South Carolina to catch up with one of the greatest players in Gamecock history. In the fall of 1980, Columbia became the media capital of college football as George Rogers ran his way into the record books, securing the most prestigious award in the game. With a football in his arm and the world at his feet, George Rogers became a legend on the field. And today, Dinner Drive takes us down George Rogers Boulevard to catch up with the man known around here as Big George. I'm Kyle Petty, race car driver, musician, speed enthusiast. I know where I found my passions in life, but I'm always curious about where others found theirs. And I've figured out over the years, the best way to get to know someone better is over a little food. So I'm hitting the road to catch up with some friends to hear their life stories, and you're invited. Pull up a seat and join us for this edition of Dinner Drive. There he is, man. How you been?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
Good to see you.
No doubt, man.
Listen, I almost got lost coming over here. What's a guy got to do to get a street named after him?
Well, you got to play pretty good football, I know that. And I had a lot of good teammates, so, you know, that's what made me look good.
All right.
My teammates.
Was this one of your teammates? What is this thing behind me right here?
Well, let me tell you, that's an ass-kicking chicken.
And y'all did a lot of that here.
We won some games.
Yeah,
I can say
did
that. I can say we won some games.
So you live close by here. Do you get over here a lot?
Almost every game.
Every game?
Every game, yeah.
Are you just a spectator? Are you a coach? What do you do?
Well, no. Coaches get fired. I'm not a coach, but I live, I got a condo right over there. My son goes to school here.
Yeah.
So we come over here at the game time. I put him out, get in the game, and then go back and have a good time.
Well, look, we've seen the chicken, okay?
Yeah.
We've seen the street with your name on. I want you to show me around the rest of this
Let's
place.
go do
You
it.
are the king of this place.
Let's
so
go
show
do
me.
it, baby.
Let's do it.
All right.
Wow. What is this? I'm used to seeing stuff with number 43, 44, 38.
I tell you what, hey, I tell you what, man, this is what the Gamecock do right here now.
Is this your ride?
This is my ride.
This is your ride when we come around? This is your sentimental car.
That's right,
I
baby.
like this one, baby.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Be safe, man. Safety is the number one thing.
Number one thing.
Number one thing, man. Let me ask you a question. What is this like on game day?
Unbelievable. I mean, it is roaring. Everybody's Gamecock fan. And this year's going to be even better because we won a bowl game.
Yeah,
finally.
man. Yeah. Got her done. Got her done, man.
Yeah.
George was right at home here at Williams-Brice Stadium, and you could sense that he was having a good time showing me around the place. When you show up on game day, you come through the crowd here, or do people just block you?
Oh, man. What you talking about?
I bet so, man.
That line be all the way down through.
I bet so.
Yeah, that line be all the way down through.
Wow, man. This is like the ultimate honor. The big number 38 George Rogers statue outside of Williams-Brice. I mean, tell me about this, man.
Well, a lot of people made me look good. And if it wasn't for those guys in front of me, it wouldn't have never happened. We had a pretty good football team. And we played the best we could play. But we didn't win that many games, but we won enough to make people happy. And that's what it's about when you play football, team sport. And all those guys made me look good.
Yeah. This should be the last thing we ever see because this is amazing. But I want to see where you got it done in that number 38 jersey.
Let's go do it, man.
Let's go do it.
All right.
The statue was so symbolic of who George is. This bigger-than-life presence still standing guard over the home field. I gotta be honest with you. I'm about tired of riding around the outside of this place.
Man,
Are you gonna let me out on the field? You gonna take me out there?
Yeah, I'm gonna take you out there on the field.
I want to see where you got it done. That's what I want to see.
All right, let's do it then, baby.
Let's go in this place.
Hey, no question about it.
Although it was empty today, George told me many opposing players still consider Williams-Brice to be one of the loudest stadiums in college football. But today, George and I had the place all to ourselves. Wow. Every time you come through a tunnel, it's got to just send cold chills. I mean, Give me a memory of this place.
I see number 38 going down that sideline, and ain't nobody catching it.
Well, I can't see that from here because everybody's standing up in my way, in my line of sight, man, because they're cheering for. What is it about the University of South Carolina or college football that make these fans come and fill up this grandstand every week?
Winning.
Yeah.
Winning. That's why we do it. Now, my last couple of years of playing at South Carolina was great.
Yeah.
We didn't win a bowl game.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of fun going to them.
Yeah. And the fans had a lot of fun.
Yeah, the fans did too. But
yeah.
You know, this is the best college to go to, and if you're a running back, you'll want to go to South Carolina.
I can hear him calling your name right now.
Hey, let's go get him.
Let's go get him, man.
All right.
Sign says to keep off the grass, but I think George makes the rules around here. So I got to walk on the field with one of the greatest legends in Gamecock history.
When you walk in that way right there,
yeah,
that's where the dressing room is.
Oh, the dressing room's that corner?
That corner right there.
From that dressing room, the 38 in garnet and black would go on to set school records that still stand today. As we made our way to midfield, a place he passed at least 31 times in his career on his way to the end zone, I asked George what it felt like every time he crossed the goal line.
I'm gonna tell you what it felt like. Act like you've done it before.
Yeah.
Don't go in there dancing and showing off, because you might have to do it again. But it was a lot of fun though.
Yeah.
Those guys I played with, I acquired a lot of skills, but my teammates made me look good.
Yeah. That's nice to stand here at the center of the universe of Gamecock football with you, but I got to be honest with you. After seeing a big chicken statue, George Rogers statue, riding 1,000 miles on a golf cart with you driving and scaring me to death, I'm hungry.
All right.
I'm hungry.
Let's go eat then.
Let's go eat. I'm ready.
Do it.
I am ready for something. There it is, man.
You drive that all the way up here?
That's what we're going to lunch in.
Not me.
Yes, you are. Come on, man.
Oh, man, come
on,
man.
You fit in that sidecar perfect.
Man,
you would fit in that sidecar perfect. I'm telling you, man.
He put me in the game. He gave me that ball. I took off running. I ran till there was no more grass left. I turned around and my teammates come to congratulate me. I started dodging them too.
After you, this is your house. I have to say this, in all the shows we've done, this is the first buffet, so this is the first one I'm gonna get full of.
All right,
I'm gonna get full on this one.
Come on then, come on
I'm
down.
gonna follow you.
With gravy.
I'm gonna get some rice.
Black-eyed peas.
You may not be able to keep up with me eating.
Oh, I don't know about that. Don't forget the chicken. Put a little that right there on there to take that out. Boy, you talking about getting ready.
Why they give you such a small plate, man?
But it don't stop me. I got to gather it up.
Are you gonna leave room for dessert?
You know, I can go back.
Don't leave me.
I got you.
I'm not sure this table's big enough for my plate.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you eat here all the time?
A lot, yeah.
That's good.
When game day.
Yeah, this isn't far, man. This is right down the street,
This is where
man.
you want to go at. This is where you want to be at.
Almost every show we do like this, people will text me like, y'all ever eat? You say you're supposed to be eating. We eat all the time.
Hey, this ain't no bad food, though.
No, it's catfish right here.
I know it.
All right, this food's good. We're going to need to get into this. You grew up in Duluth, Georgia.
Duluth, Georgia, yeah.
What was Duluth, Georgia like when you were growing up?
I tell you what, Duluth wasn't a very big city when I was living there. There's a lot of us that in one section down there that lived down there. I got my aunt lived next door, and then our cousin lived the next door, and there wasn't very many people down in Duluth, Georgia. Now, you can't count them. They got different houses and different buildings down there now. It looks a lot different than it was when I was living there.
What were you like as a kid?
We were very poor. We were very poor. We were on welfare. We had our mom did the best she could with 5 kids, and I was probably the baddest one of all of us. But my mom, if it wasn't for her, she made me who I am. Yeah. She did.
When did football come into your life? Football
found me because I was saying to myself, you know, when I was a little kid, I said, if I can just score a touchdown, if I can just score a touchdown. And one day, I was crying because the coach wouldn't let me play, and I told him, I do know how to play. I do know how to play. He said, you didn't think I could play. And then I started crying and telling him I do know how to play. And he said, all right, all right. He put his hand over my mouth. I said, all right, I'm going to put you in. He put me in the game. He put me in the game, and he gave me that ball. I took off running. I ran till there was no more grass left. I turned around, and my teammates come to congratulate me. I started dodging them, too. It was so funny, man. It was so funny. Then they said, boy, you scored a touchdown. That the end zone is right there. I said, oh, that's what you're supposed to do. And ever since then, though, boy, I was cutting them up.
Yeah, that's crazy. How old were you then?
I was probably about 10.
Yeah.
About 10 years old. About fifth, sixth grade, something like that.
So
real small.
Play football, and you become one of the most highly recruited high school athletes in the state of Georgia. You're a Georgia boy, and all Georgia boys go to the University of Georgia.
Not this one.
How did you end up a Gamecock? That's what I want to know, because I am fascinated by that.
I'm giving you the reason why I came to the University of South Carolina. They had two senior running backs leaving at the same time, Clarence Williams and Kevin Long. And they were great running backs now. And the coach told me, he said, son, if you come to South Carolina, you're going to start your freshman year. And I was looking at him right in the eye, and he said that to me, and I said, I believe him. I'm going to South Carolina.
You grew up around your aunts and your cousins and your brothers and sisters, your family. You're leaving all that behind. What was that like to just say? Because you'd been that sounded like a tight unit.
I tell you what, I was brokenhearted, man.
Yeah.
I knew what I was going to do, but it still made me cry.
Yeah.
You know, I was crying because I was crying because I was going to try to do my best.
Yeah.
And I wanted my family to try to show them that I'm trying to learn how to play football.
Yeah.
It worked out though, and I told all my kin people I love them, and I'll be back.
Yeah. What was that first game like?
Well, it was at home. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
It was at our place, and I felt real good about it. But I didn't never know how good we were gonna play, because you're only as good as your teammates are.
Yeah.
And my offensive line said, "Hey, we start running. We finna start running."
Yeah.
I said, "Let's do it. Let's get it together and get on down the field."
I'll move a little bit ahead to your sophomore and your junior years. South Carolina was having success. Yeah, you guys were winning some games.
We won some games.
You were winning some games. What were those years like for you?
Oh, those last 2 years was I really enjoyed it. Well, I could say the last 3 years, because I started as a sophomore, and then I got 1,000 yards, and then my junior year, 1,600 yards, and then my senior year, 1,800 yards. And then they started talking about the Heisman. I didn't know what the Heisman was.
Yeah. We're gonna get to the Heisman. we'll get to that.
But just being able to have my teammates have my back every time I went out there.
Yeah.
Because a lot of guys say, we're going to get you today. And,
But you become a target. When you're George Rogers and you're doing the things you're doing with the football, and you're doing the things that you're doing on the football field, then you become a target. What's that feel like? What's that feel like to stand across the field from a team and say, you know that everybody in a uniform on the other side is coming at you?
All I tell them, if you want to get some, come and get it. And I was coming to get them too. So it wasn't like I was, being outnumbered or anything, because my guys, they stood behind me too.
What was the biggest game that you played in? Did you guys play Michigan? Y'all ever play Michigan?
Yeah, we beat Michigan.
Oh, no, we didn't. No, you didn't.
They give the ball to Rogers, trying to sweep to the outside, comes to the inside 15, 10, all the way to the 9-yard line. What a run by Rogers.
Boy, that was all. Our coach got us fired up in the very end of that game. He told us when we came in at halftime, he said, if y'all go out there and whoop there, I'll go there and whoop both Schimbergers. Oh man, that was all he had to do right there. We got fired up, and hey, it was on then.
Yeah. So I moved to your senior year, and you've just taken the school, the University of South Carolina, by storm. I mean, everybody in the state of South Carolina is wearing jerseys that have 38 on them. That's just the way it was at that period of time.
I don't know if that's true or not.
So 1,800 yards, 14 touchdowns, man. Voted to, I think you were on 8 first-team All-Americans. You're invited to come to New York City for the Heisman ceremony. What was that first trip like to New York City, and knowing what possibly was at the end of that rainbow?
Well, they told me that I won the Heisman Trophy, and I was almost scared. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have none of my friends around. I didn't have my mama there. I was like, wait a minute now. And then people started, grabbing on me, and I'm a country boy. I ain't used to all that kind of stuff. So I had to learn as I go. And then people tell me they just want to touch you and tell you how happy they are for you.
Let's eat a little bit more dinner, because I know your career didn't just stop at the University of South Carolina. We got to talk about some pro ball here a little bit, okay?
All right.
Let's eat a little bit, because I'm going to need a little bit more to talk.
Let's do it,
okay?
Let's do it. And by the time I got to the end of my year in Washington, the old tires that went flat. So I figured out, get my way out now.
What's it like to be the #1 pick in the NFL draft?
I'm kind of a humble guy, but, I was like, #1 pick? Really? Me? I was like, it was different. It really was. And, of course, Lawrence Taylor and Ricky Jackson, they were good football players, too. And I think Lawrence Taylor came in second on this one. I always tell him, I say, hey, you remember when you went out, I was #1, you was #2.
#2, that's it, dude. Was it different then than what it is now? How did you find out that you were the #1 pick?
Bon Phillip called me. Hey, what can you say, man? Bon Phillip was just like, he was my hero. I mean, him, Earl Campbell was. I love both of them. And it was just one of those times when, I felt real good to play for Bon Phillip.
Yeah. You go to New Orleans, that's a different kind of town, man. And now all of a sudden, you're the guy, man. You out there on your own.
I started acting like the guy, too.
Yeah.
I was grown, like a grown man, and got in trouble a lot of times, And, when you turn 21, you think you own the world, but you don't.
Yeah.
And I did some things I got in trouble for that I regret, but it happened. And now that I've matured myself, that I'm a constant believer in God, Jesus Christ, got me where I'm at now.
Yeah. So after 4 years in New Orleans, you were traded to the Washington Redskins. Coach Gibbs, another guest that we had on Dinner Drive, was rebuilding, and you were a huge part of that rebuilding. What's it like to be traded, and what was your experience like in Washington?
Well, I couldn't wait to get to Washington Redskins, because I knew one year, we were going to win the Super Bowl, and we did. We did. My last year, when that game was over, I was probably the happiest one out there. So I wear that big ring every once in a while. I wear it.
When did you know, and what told you, George, it's time for you to get out of this game?
Well, one of the ways is when another guy that's playing on the same team is running off for all the yards. I didn't want to go behind nobody else. I wanted to go out the way I came in.
Yeah.
Running.
And
by the time I got to the end of my year in Washington, the old tires that went flat. So I figured out, get my way out now, because, it wasn't no more air in the tire.
Yeah.
No.
You have a golf tournament for the George Rogers Foundation, and that is near and dear to your heart. And listen, we've both been blessed in our life,
I'm sure,
in so many ways, and to have that opportunity to give back through a foundation, I know is incredibly important to you. Tell me about the George Rogers Foundation.
My mama told me, said, yeah, you got to give people back for what they gave you.
Yeah.
And that's true. I mean, you got to give back what you got.
Yeah.
And I try to help kids, first generation. I'm a first generation to graduate from college. And I want everybody else to have, people that got the grades and ain't got the funds, then the George Rogers Foundation can help them.
So that's what you do. Your foundation takes first-generation kids and sends them to school for an education.
That's right.
Not for sports,
no,
for an education. For education.
Not because you're good in football, no.
Yeah. As you look at your life, from the time you were that kid growing up on welfare in Duluth, Georgia, to where you sit today, what is the thing that you hope people remember most and that you are most proud of?
I can tell you, A lot of people make me look good.
Yeah.
That's what happened. A lot of people made me look good, and that's what I always say. If it wasn't for the guys in front of me, I wouldn't have never did it.
You made them look good too, though. You know that, right?
Let's hope I did.
Yeah. You made a lot of people look good, man. You made a lot of people. You made me look good today, dude.
Oh, hey, you already had it fixed before you came.
No, man. They used to have those, were they train car looking things or?
Cockaboos, that's what we call them, cockaboos.
You ain't never been in one of those, have you?
Oh, hell yeah.
What a day in Columbia, South Carolina with my good friend George Rogers. It's hard to go anywhere on this campus and not see the giant fingerprint he's made on the school that he loves. There you are again. See y'all. And boy, do they love him back. But with all the honors, the awards, and accolades, George Rogers remains one of the most humble guys I've ever met. Nice
Y'all
to see
know
you.
who this is?
Y'all know who this is?
I know y'all know who I am.
You know who he
You
is?
know who he is. This Cal
What?
Petty.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah.
This is George Rogers. That's his statue. Yeah,
Well,
everybody
see?
knows George.